Dylan. Welcome back to IEM Gyeonggi. I am Achilles alongside Jason Kaplan, and we'll be bringing you the last semifinal and the last game of the day. It's Luxury Watch Red versus Rogue. You saw both those teams getting ready to dive into this match on your screen, and this should be a bit of a close one. Rogue coming in, several new players on the roster after that three-way swap that we had with Luminosity and Misfits, and Luxury Watch taking their win over Kongdu Panthera, but Kongdu, a little bit of a weaker team, so we don't really know where they lie yet.
I think when we talked about it after, we were wondering, was that really Luxury Watch Red being that good, or just Kongdu not playing as well? For Rogue, I mean, the last Western hope here, and this is a team who is going to have an interesting time. I hope to see good things out of them, and on paper they should be better at the moment, just because of double hit scan can be really good. But time will tell in terms of how they've melded together, because they have 5 Frenchies now and 1 German, and Skipjack. I'm no longer going to call Skipjack. He's Skipjack. Because he's actually taking French lessons and trying to actually work with the team in that case.
Okay. It's
going to be an interesting match for them, I feel.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Luxury Watch Red, I mean, we can't even call them Luxury Watch Red really, because Pine's not starting on the team, and he's the sub player at the moment, the 7th man on the roster. It's really just Luxury Watch Blue and then Nanohana at this point. So that's just kind of how the way that this one's going.
Demon called him Purple. Luxury Watch Purple yesterday.
We'll just blend them together. There we go. So that works out. Actually, we'll just keep it up. We'll keep it up with the Luxury Watch Purple. I like that. So yeah, I mean, we didn't really get, like I said, we didn't really get a good showing of where these guys are going to lie. And more interestingly for me, I don't know where they're going to lie as they get ready to go into the promotion tournament for the Apex series next week, because we haven't seen Red play at all, really, outside of Nanohana, who had a whale of a time in that series yesterday. But a lot of question marks with them as they get ready to move forward and try to get into the Apex series here in Korea. But going up against Rogue, I feel like this is going to be a bit of a close match. Surprisingly, the matchup we just got through, Afrika Freaks Blue and Lunatic High, a bit closer than I expected. But in the end, Afrika still not able to live up to Lunatic this time around, so they fall in that 3-1.
Yeah, after we saw Watchpoint Gibraltar, which was just an utter stomp, Afrika Freaks Blue just could not do anything. It was just like Eska on high ground and no Diva. They seem to just bounce back. They seem to finally catch back up into that one, and time will tell if they do keep improving over time.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and throw into an interview and meet our players.
저는 LW 레드의 나나나고요. 포지션은 DPS예요. 첫 글로벌 대회에 출전하게 되어서 정말 기뻐요. 원래 위도우 메이커로 가장 유명했는데 저를 정말 높게 평가해 주시는 팬들이 정말 많은데 저는 솔직히 이렇게까지 제가 유명해질 줄 몰랐고요. 제 플레이 스타일은 안정적이고 정확한 걸 추구하는데요. 이런 면에서 남들과 틀린 그런 플레이 스타일을 가지고 있는 게 아닌가, 더 완벽하게. 손목 부상 때문에 이게 마우스 그립을 제가 잘못 짚고 있었다고 의사 선생님이 가르쳐 주셨거든요. 한 달 동안 게임을 정말 한 판도 못해서 속으로는 힘들었거든요. 선수 생활이 힘들진 않을까 생각했었고, 하지만 지금 컨디션 많이 올라왔으니까 이번 IEM 대회에서 저를 많이 보여주고 싶습니다. 저희 LW는 다룰 수 있는 영웅이 정말 많기 때문에 그 점이 다른 팀보다 강점이라고 생각합니다. 키플레이어는 세별비라고 생각하는데요. 제가 여기서 말씀드릴 수는 없지만 저희 팀이 이번에 세별비를 중심으로 한 전략이 있는데 이 전략 때문에 세별비가 이번에 많이 뜰 수 있을 것 같아요. 정말 오랜만에 하는 오프라인 대회, 글로벌 대회라서 많이 떨리지만 충분히 이번에 우승 노릴만 하다고 생각합니다. 저는. 많은 분들이 해외팀이 아직도 강하다고 느끼시는데요. 저희 한국팀의 힘을 보여드리고 싶습니다.
Well, you see right there, power of a Korean team, and Sabe Yolby in the spotlight. It certainly was yesterday when we saw these guys take down Kongdu, but not sure if we got to see that secret strat that they have centered around him quite yet. It was a lot of tracer play coming through from him, and it was damn good stuff. So maybe he can keep the ball rolling on that. We can see a little bit more from him and Nanohana, who just absolutely took off in that match.
Yeah, Nanohana with his really deep hero pool gives him so many different opportunities to work with, so many different facets to actually force an attack. Like, you can pull out a Genji, a Pharah, and the first time I actually saw Luxury Watch Red in my memory is back at a Gosu Gamers tournament when they surprised everyone with awesome guy on the team. His Winston was phenomenal. Nanohana and Pine, the combo was insane. But this team, even though they've kind of melted together with Luxury Watch Blue and Red in here, they've done fairly well. I really have to give credit to them. And you know, it never really crossed my mind until just watching that video that we haven't really seen them on the global stage. And like, and for instance, Soon, who's actually never played in the global stage because Skipjack was over at the Overwatch World Cup, so he had the opportunity to play against these different regions. It's really nerve-wracking, I think, for teams, but also gives you a good opportunity to learn quite a bit about different regions.
Yeah. And I think
well, I am Win from Team Wong and I play as Flex. So this is my second time in Korea. I went the first time for the ODN Apex, and we are in, now for the IEM. Yeah, we might have changed the roster. We actually welcomed very recently Skipjack. He's German, and he's gonna play as tank. And soon, who came from Misfits, who just won the last remake, also won the Overwatch Open E-League a few months ago. I think we got a bit stronger out of it, just because we might have a slightly better tank now. And it's a very tank-heavy meta, so that's gonna be good for us. And we actually welcome Soon, which is probably one of the best DPS as well in the world. So there is nothing to worry. We're big plus we got out of the trade is that we even got more on than we were before. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time with the new roster. We actually practice maybe 3 days maximum, but we have a pretty good idea of what we're gonna do, like strategy-wise and composition-wise. So we're still confident. Actually, yeah, we have some strategies in store. I'm not gonna tell which strategy we have, but yeah, we have some composition we wanna go for to counter the triple tank meta. Yeah, it's still up in the air. I think we are still confident, and we're gonna go and aim for the first place as usual. So yeah, just arrived to Seoul to participate in the first IEM in Korea again. I'm actually excited to play in Korea again just because the fans are crazy, but in a good way. If I was good in Korean, maybe I would, but I just want to say thank you because it's always crazy to see almost a hysterical reaction whenever we come to an event. So yeah, thank you.
There you have a little bit of spiciness in that interview there. I saw your reaction.
I mean, I know we're in Korea and everything's spicy here, but what Wins just said there, we have a slightly better tank with Skipjack than Reinforced. That's spicy. Like, I have nothing to say to that. That's just like, wow, what can you possibly do to that besides chunk some milk? Yeah,
I mean, that's a little bit of a burn coming through there, especially after the loss that Reinforced and Misfits suffered just yesterday.
I feel like I could say so much to that about both teams and like how it kind of relates, but I feel like I should stay, you know, really neutral here. But we should talk about a little bit of how kind of Rogue can play, right? So this is a meta that revolves around a very tank-heavy lineup, but also double hit scan its potential. I talked to AKM before we actually came out here while they were trying to boot camp, and he was saying they haven't really practiced double hit scan, but with Soon and him together, they can easily run like a Soldier McCree combo that can catch people off guard.
See right there, lots of Korean fans out to support Rogue. So still holding quite a bit of popularity here in Korea, despite their upsetting finish, I would say, at the Apex Series, placing in that 5th to 8th
I mean,
range.
hey, if you're gonna go out there and say we want Envious, you have to take the loss if you get it, right? Like, you can't be that confident and then not actually pull through.
It was a bold move by AKM to go ahead and make that decision, and they did pay for it quite heavily. But of course, at least Envious went on to win that tournament, so you can't feel too
They lost
bad
to the winner of the
that.
tournament, right? You can at least say that.
Take some solace in that, at least.
So one thing that Rogue's kind of had problems with is that Wins has always been like a Zarya player, like for the team. Now, obviously, before he was the Lucio player, before Nox came in, but they really heavily want to focus on him playing Zarya, which means you don't have a diva or a player who can just easily switch to a diva.
Yeah.
So that kind of worries me for them, where they have that third tank potentially out of Soon to play Roadhog, but will we see the diva being picked up?
Yeah, certainly going to have to be a big question. We'll see when we get into the game. As you can see, first map up on the board will be Route 66. We'll be squaring off right along the canyons in America. LW Red going to have to prove a lot coming out of the gate on this first map. You know they want to make it to that final, set the precedent for them as they get ready to move into that Apex Promotion Tournament just next week.
There's a lot of good potential, I think, to see Nanahan on the Genji as well in this map of how it can kind of go.
But all right, let's go ahead and get ready to load up here for game one of this best of 5 LW Red versus Rogue. Let's load in. welcome to Route 66. Here we are for Game 1, LW Red versus Rogue.
Holy crap, sorry. I already noticed on the defending side, look at this. Nox, the Lucio player for the team, who tried to play tank for France at the Overwatch World Cup. He's going to be playing D.Va this time, and they're going to be running solo healer like we just saw Lunatic Kai doing on Hollywood.
I mean, you were just asking, if Wins is going to be playing onto that Zarya, how are they going to have it D.Va? And this is the answer. They're going to go ahead and put Nox on it and just be running with the Ana as a healer. Granted, they do have a couple backup heals. They have the Soldier there. They do have Roadhog who can be self-sufficient, but could get a little sticky here if Unco can't reach everybody on the side of Rogue.
Problem is, how is Unco going to reach everyone when you have a Tracer, a Genji, a Winston, a D.Va, and then you have Zenyatta to back it up with a Discord Orb? This is going to be really difficult for him to solo heal, especially without speed. So if they jump on Unco, he's dead. Like, there's no doubt about it. He's going to fall for this one, and Rogue are going to have to adapt. They have to somehow hold on to this first attack that Luxury Watch Red are going to throw at them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Luxury run this dive comp just yesterday, and they played it to a T. So likely that Unco is going to be in a bit of pain as we get ready to move out. You can see all of Rogue just waiting up top here for the mine shaft. Now going to come right down around it. Immediately start contesting onto this payload.
Yeah, no reaction. Well, no kills coming through. There's a lot of damage coming from both sides, but somehow Unco's been able to keep people relatively healthy. And that Skipjack already going down, giving the reset to Nanohana.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and pick that one up. Soon is able to take out the Genji, however, stop that damage output from coming through for now. He's going to take a little bit of damage as that Discord Orb comes out, but LW Red picking up 2 swift kills as Wins and Nox falls. We'll find Janice as an answer. But LW Red still holding firm right now, right in front of this payload. They'll just go ahead and pick up 2 more with AKM and Unco.
Yeah, so it's not really that bad that Rogue lost the fight there because they still will have the opportunity to defend this point, but they don't have the opportunity to hold from Big Earl. So they give up this high ground, which is something that Luxury Red would have had a little bit of a tough time dealing with for Sabiobi to at least get up there. But now they've been able to maintain this position. Problem is, Luna, you have Tread Silence up. What can Rogue do to really stop you? They're getting that nano boost in just a few seconds, but they don't have a lot of ultimates to back that up.
Yeah, they have no way of pushing him away for the rest of the team. And Ohana going to take a good chunk of damage. The rest of the ultimates getting ready to build up. But Janice actually going to go down immediately, but Nanohana, he does find AKM. So a big chunk of the damage from Rogue has been taken out. They're going to have to wait for him to respawn if they really want to hold this payload off. Nanohana dashing back through, just trying to get the throws out. That's going to be the Dragon Blade ready and available for him. He's going to go straight into the back line, but a beautiful sleep dart coming out from Unco stops him in his tracks, and Skipjack comes through with a charge and takes him out.
I was almost going to say that was no way a fight that Rogue could win because AKM died and they had the Tactical Visor and the Nano Boost to combo with, but somehow they hold strong. Now they have 5 ultimates. The payload didn't even cross the line, and Luxury Watch Red, they're only sitting on 2, with just like the Self-Destruct and the Sombra to come through. Really well done by Rogue. They're really showing that they're a team that's kind of melded well together in the time that they've had.
Yeah. LW Red, they're going to have to really poke in hard, try to get Rogue to pop some of these ultimates. Now they have all 6 available to them, to the 2 of LW. This is going to be a really rough patch for them as we enter under 2 minutes left. Graviton Surge coming through. The Reinhardt shield is there to try to absorb a lot of the damage, but AKM coming around the backside. Going to find 2 already, just pumping straight in. A quadra kill coming through for AKM. Can he find more? Doesn't look like it quite yet, but the damage is done. LW Red, they're going to have to recuperate yet again, but they're still so far away from more ultimates.
I like the fight out of Rogue. The only thing I didn't like about it, though, is that they committed 4 ultimates, so maybe they only needed 2, the Self-Destruct and the Graviton Surge together, but they used the Tactical Visor paired with the Nano Boost, and now Luxury Watch Red are going to have the ult advantage coming into this.
Belby does have that pulse bomb, looking for a target, goes in, it's going to throw it down, but Reinhardt does block that one out. So good by Skipjack. Make sure that his team does not go down. Meko losing that mech. Try to get that Self-Destruct through, not going to find much damage. Earth Shatter completely going to be blocked off by Janice. And now LW Red finally coming back into the push. They do lose Luna. We'll be back up momentarily. Nanohana almost to that Tactical Visor, finally getting it up. Does he want to pop it? We'll have to wait and see. I think it's just Nox alone. He's going to go down. And LW Red, they can continue the push and likely take this checkpoint.
Yeah, so Nanohana actually rotated. He switched off the Genji to switch to the Soldier to provide a little bit more back range damage or long range damage to kind of combat AKM because they had to jump on top of him, and if he was being really slippery, it'd be obviously really hard to dislodge him from the position he was going to be in. But Rogue still running single healer. They have not adapted at all. They have not switched anything just yet. They're trying to just beat them in head-to-head in terms of DPS, and Luna is already taken down soon.
Yeah, really good pick off there. And Nanohana's going to find wins as well. So 2 tanks going to be taken out on the side of Rogue, and more are just following Skipjack going down. It's just going to be Nox left alive to try to defend the team, but you can see Nanohana just pushing forward, fearlessly taking out AKM. And with the help of Sabiobi, they will find Unco, and this is going to be a massive push for LW Red.
Yeah, they're not going to get as much distance that they've hoped for, or even the checkpoint, because obviously they left one person on top of it and the rest pushed forward. And this area is such a long and winding path, it takes a hell of a lot of time. But Nanohana with the attack visor from behind, doesn't have obviously Nano Boosters not running the Ana, and Rogue's going to have enough ultimates to actually push back out of this choke point. Just whether or not that Nanohana can be too effective or effective enough here from the backside.
Yeah, they almost have 4 as Nox is getting ready to build his up. Soon has his as well, Nanohana you can see, but that's going to be Earthshatter coming through. Looks like they might go ahead and pick off Unko, and soon they take him down. That's going to be the explosion coming out from LW Red. Mecha, will he find a target? Not quite, but it doesn't matter. It's distracting Rogue enough for the rest of LW to pick up these kills. 4 down already. And you can see Kill actually Sabioli going to get taken out by that one, but Nox just doing his damnedest to stick to this payload, stop it from moving, but he's going to fall, and LW looks like they might just take the checkpoint right here.
Yeah, they're 100% going to. I don't really see Rogue having any opportunity now with Nox falling to actually get this contest off. So finally 2/3 of the way through the map, Luxury Watch Red are going to go for a swap, it seems. Keep in mind, I was going to say, Nanohana, he had Tac Visor, and he was running back to potentially switch up something.
Yeah, definitely don't want to go out with that one until you have the ultimate up. He's been doing some serious work on this soldier. See if he can continue that, do a little bit more. They have 2 minutes to push this to the end, or at least as far as they possibly can. See Skipjack right up in the front, just trying to block this damage coming through. Sabioli looking for the flank. Can he get the pulse bomb down? Not going to find a stick. It's a little bit of damage on the Soon, but he gets taken out by AKM.
Yeah, so AKM switching over to the McCree just to deal with Sabioli, just because of how effective he's been, how slippery he's been. Attack price being popped on Nanohana, trying to go for the chaser. He gets Unko.
Oh yeah, he's going to fight AKM as well, by the look of it. No, he's actually dodging right back into the side room. Gets himself to safety, but it doesn't matter. He's still able to turn around and finish off wins. And this is going to be a very hefty push from LW Red as they have 4 members working this one right to the end.
Soon's on Tracer, ladies and gentlemen. DreamHack Winners coming back alive yet again. Can he be effective, though? That's going to be the real question here. Luckily for him, there's no one to really stop him on the side of Luxury Watch Red. And Gether's already taken him down. Soon's going to fall, and that Tracer we talked about being so effective has been shut down.
Yeah, of all people to get that one, the Lucio is the last you would expect to be able to take out the Tracer. See Meko pushing forward, but he's going to get that flash from the Ana, so has to back off so he can heal up. Revenant Surge is coming through, sucking in LW Red, but they're just not finding any kills. Sabioli is able to go down as AKM takes him out, has the Deadeye, but it doesn't matter. He goes down, and LW Red just starts steamrolling over the remaining members of Rogue. Nox doing his best to try to keep his members alive, but he is going to fall himself, and LW, they're going to keep this payload rolling, and it looks like they might just take the map.
It's up to Skipjack. He's got Earthshatter available. There's no Reinhardt to actually block anything from coming through. He goes for the charge. They hit each other.
Yeah, hit each other, and that's going to be just for good measure the self-destruct from Meko, but a very nice push coming through from LW Red. They take it to the end with a little bit of time to spare.
So, the comp that Rogue was running, single healer the entire time. They had the triple tank, they had the double D, or they had even the quad tank in there for a second, and they had AKM on DPS the entire time with the Soldier and the McCree. The problem that I saw within this is that they don't have the Lucio, which is obviously a big factor. Like, yes, they need a Diva, but they also need that Lucio for the ability to help get away from a Tracer, to help run away from the Soldier or even the Genji, just to kind of create some distance for Unko, who's an amazing Ana player, to have a little bit of an easier time to protect himself. In that kind of sense, all he really had was a sleep dart, and if you miss that, well, Sabioli's going to stick to you, and you're just not having a chance to survive. So, I mean, Rogue, they went for something a little bit risky there. They stuck with it the entire time. They did fairly well. I thought they actually lost the first point on the first 2 attacks. But now they have to go on the attacking side here and change things up.
Yeah, 43 seconds was the remaining time on the clock for LW Red when they pushed that to that 3rd final point. So we'll have to see if Rogue can best that, because they don't want to end up into overtime.
Wait, no. There's no way. There's no way they're running a solo Zen as a healer. I mean, okay, the damage they have is insane because you have double DPS, triple tank, and maybe this is the thing they had set up for this. But there's no way. Like, Unko cannot keep his team healed. And we talked about, like, Roadhog is self-sufficient, so is Soldier to some degree, but that's going to be really hard to really combat.
It'd be so incredibly risky. I mean, what with Luna even on the Ana, hitting that Zenyatta repeatedly, she could take him out herself. And then Nanohana, you hit those Helix rockets, that Zenyatta is completely going to disappear. So this is going to be a really risky comp for Rogue if they want to stick with it. But it looks like they're going to change up and go for the dive comp as they swap to the Winston and the Genji.
I actually would not be surprised if they stick to this. Because I know Wins, like, he's a shoot mania player, like a world champion multiple times, and actually was soon together on a team. So they're running the Genji Tracer and the Winston with a Soldier. It's actually running solo tank here with no Zara to help Skipjack. So Skipjack's gonna have such a tough time of actually surviving when he jumps into the face of Luxury Watch Red. But they have so much damage Rogue, so they can pick up targets extremely quickly and get these resets onto Soon that he's gonna need to just slice and dice his way through the entire team.
Well, I sure hope that Skipjack has been watching some Miro VODs, because he's gonna have to play out of his mind with this Winston. They wanna have success. Nanohana already gonna find a kill on AKM as Sabiobi was able to grip him in. So the Tracer just doesn't stand a chance. LW already starting to stack up those ultimates. Charges, get a grip on the Skipjack. He will go down, but they do trade Sabiobi for him. So Rogue at least finding a little bit of an even trade there.
Problem is, though, is that they don't have anyone who can take damage for them to actually pull off some sort of attack. All they have is a large amount of DPS, so if they get caught up by anything out of Luxury Watch Red, well, they're just not going to have the men they need to really combat this. But they're still pushing somehow. Soon he's even taking the high ground away from Luxury Watch Red, or at least attempting to.
Yeah, he's trying to keep them shoved off so far. The Reinhardt's still just sitting up top. Janus has not dropped down with the rest of the team yet. This has given a really easy push to Rogue, surprisingly, considering how many members that they lost early on. In this exchange, LW finally going to drop down, play on top of the payload, trying to get a couple kills as Rogue decides to back off and recuperate themselves. But Rogue already getting a very good push.
Yeah, like, I don't hate the comp that Rogue's running, and this is kind of something I wanted to see out of Misfits, just run something you're a little bit more comfortable on. Wins has been practicing DPS for a long time. Like, he's a fantastic DPS player, just like Nevix going from support to DPS back and forth. But I don't know if this is going to work against Luxury Watch Red, because you saw Soon try to go in against Luna, both Gamblers sticking next to him, just holding hand by hand. He's not able to take them on 1v2, and he has to give up that position.
Oh, there it is. Yep, Killix Rocket's coming through. Unco goes down. AKM was able to find Safe Yolbi on the other side of the map. And now Nanohana going to get jumped on there by Skipjack. Will be able to get a whole lot of damage in onto that soldier. And now he's going to be looking for Nox. Can he find him? Has to sprint around the other side. But with that Winston there, he's going to have to go ahead and heal back. Meanwhile, AKM going to die yet again as Meko finds the kill.
Now, Rogue, in their favor, at least they do have a lot of ultimates ready to go. And this is kind of a composition that's very volatile. Like, once they start popping ultimates, once you have Soon and Wins together, like, again, you know, Soldier isn't something you look at as like, oh, that's going to be an amazing combo. But what Wins does is he gets people low for Soon to get these resets and get dashed around with the Dragon Blade.
Oh, we see Wins. He's going to go ahead, pop that tack visor. The shield comes up immediately from the Reinhardt, trying to block off as best as he can. Meko makes it back into the mech suit, so he won't take a whole lot of damage. He's trying to trade back with Nanohana, but he manages to heal in time. So he's not going to go down. And LW Red, they take out 3 members, including both of the healers of Rogue. So that's going to halt them right in their tracks.
And Rogue used 3 ultimates there. They had the Sound Barrier out of Nox, they had the Dragon Blades out of Soon, the Tactical Visor out of Wins, and they didn't get a single kill, if I'm not mistaken. Luxury Watch Red just out healing, having the Sound Barrier as well to Gambler just to kind of mitigate this damage, to keep them apart, and Meko trying to zone with the self-destruct. It's really proving really tough for Rogue to penetrate this defense. They need to change things up. They've been walking into this wall time and time again without any different results.
They do have a 2-to-1 advantage right now. Actually going to go ahead and use that Transcendence from Unco, as well as Skipjack going to go ahead and get enraged. But they're still not finding too much ground. They are able to take out Luna and Nanohana as Soon starts popping off on this Genji. And there we go. Rogue finally finding the opening that they need. That's going to make very quick work of Meko as the Discord Orb comes through. And it looks like Rogue will finally take this first point with 38 seconds remaining. So they won't be having as much time as they would have liked. 2 minutes to push to the second checkpoint.
Yeah, not a lot of time at all. And they don't really have many ultimates ready to go at the moment. Janus is going to be honestly huge for his team if he hits these Earth Shadows, especially onto Soon, or even AKM together if you compare that when the Dragon Blades popped. But AKM just eliminates him with the help of the Pulse Bomb and Wins.
Yeah, walking right around the backside. They go ahead and they find Janus. Now it's going to be on Meko and Saebyeolbi. Trying to eat the damage at the front line. Discord Orb onto Nanohana. Can he make it out of here alive? Sitting in the heels, going to get popped up very quickly. Saebyeolbi coming to the rescue, finds AKM, helps take him out. But meanwhile, Soon, he's just been throwing these Ninja Stars, racking up the ult meter. Almost has that Dragon Blade ready to go.
I don't know what sense he plays on, but that was like an insane flick. Like you saw there in that last fight, right? That AKM was chasing Nanohana around and around and around, but Nanohana is so fast because obviously he's a soldier that they really couldn't kill him. And from that, AKM eventually falls from this one. Luna is just constantly healing away at Nanohana, and they don't really pick up the kill that they need to start having that man advantage in the fight. But you know, credit to Rogue, they're still sticking with this one. They're still confident that this composition can work, and they have the double DPS combo ready to go with the Wins and Soon combo.
Well, Earthshadow comes out, not going to find anybody actually on this from Janus. So going to be a big waste of an ultimate from him. Nanohana going down, so a huge part of the damage from LW Red has been taken out. And they also won't get the effect of his ult. With Saebyeolbi able to find Soon. Takes him out now. That's going to be the visor coming through from Wins, but he gets wrecked immediately. Saebyeolbi just pumping him right in the face with that shotgun. Takes him out, and that is one dead soldier. So Rogue going to have to back off yet again.
I love
and now just have that one ultimate from the Lucio.
I love what Jonas did there too, because he actually blocked out Unco, and I believe it was Nox. He kept him in that cavern so they could not come out and heal anyone or assist anyone into these fights. But like you said, 25 seconds left. Like, this is the last chance for Rogue to get to this next checkpoint, let alone push it practically the entire way through the second phase.
Well, they just picked up 2 more ultimates here with the Transcendence and the Pulse Bomb. Cam throws it out, doesn't find a target, but he'll be able to generate that one very quickly. Tac Visor coming through. Does he have a target? It's looking for Nox, who's hiding behind the billboard, but there it is. He goes down. Unco dead as well. Rogue have no healers. Saebyeolbi with the whole hog, just pushing him back. Gets a grip onto the Winston, keeping away from the payload as best as he can, but he's still going bananas inside there. But doesn't matter, can't get to the payload, can't contest it, and that is going to be the map picked up for LW Red. 1-0 so far over Rogue.
The problem is, if you're Nanohana in that situation,